What's up, people? This is Eki Baru, your precast concrete manufacturer, with a passion for building with modern technology and demystifying the construction process. So today, I want to showcase you how to build a precast membrane tank. And what is a precast membrane tank? It's an underground tank which we first dig up to the levels that you want with the length and the width to give us the volume. And we've simplified it. How? Because this is my hole, for instance. It's 3 meters deep. I've already encountered the maram. And the maram means my hole, my underground hole or water tank already has an encasement of the maram surrounding it. So, what is the procedure of building one? We just need to wall from where the soil bearing capacity or the maram level is. And we wall about 3 courses just around it, as you can see. But we leave the underground hole intact. We don't wall it, we don't put rebar, there's no floor, it's just the way it is. Then, after walling this, we have a special membrane. It's a PVC liner, popularly known as a dam liner. We order it from a manufacturer who not only bring it to our site when it's just raw like the way it is, but he welds all the corners ready and simplifies our job that when the liner is brought, we only need to sleeve this hole. You need to valisha. So today I'll be showcasing you how to valisha the liner. It's a very simple concept. You valisha, and then it overhang a little bit, so it overstretches to the walls across, all around. So today we're building our precast membrane tank, 30,000 liters of clean water that's going to be stored in here. A very simple process. You just dig the underground tank. When you go to the level that you want, pretty much depends on the volume of water that you want to hold. Then you build a masonry stone 4 courses, and this is dependent on the soil's condition. It's dependent on the soil condition. So, if the soil condition is shaky, means you have to do all the walling all the way down and introduce column. But if you have maram soils like where we have here in Isinya, we no worry. So this is the PVC membrane liner. It's a dam liner, commonly used for dam liner. It's a heavy gauge material, is 100% waterproof. It lasts a lifetime. It doesn't rot, it doesn't tear. And then we have the pre-stressed T-beam and 1 meter panel. So for instance, this dimension, So for instance, this dimension, we've already pre-measured it. We need pre-stressed T-beam that will lay across by 3.2 meters. Now, we're now trying to cover the tank with precast pre-stressed T-beam and 1 meter panel to give us a cover. Look, so this is a 3.2 meter pre-stressed T-beam. We want to leave a space here. It's quite heavy. So make sure it latches on the far end on the masonry stone. So let's go. Let's go. So I want about 600. So let me do this. So move a little bit here. So, guys, this is a 1 meter panel, but for the starter one, we're using the 600 side. So, it's going to lock here with the T-beam, and immediately we're going to have a platform to walk on. So, sorry. Good. So let's install another one at the far end. And then the next T-beam will flow next to it. And then we're going to put a 1 meter panel. And guess what, people? Tumejipa tank ya maji. Very simple solution. Affordable. This is a 30,000 liter tank. And guess what is the price? 90,000 shillings. Affordable price. Straightforward and easy to install. And because the dimension of this hole is 3 meter by 3, so we need about 3 pre-stressed T-beam using a 1 meter panel. However, if you need to pack a vehicle on top, you reduce the filler section to bare minimum of maybe 400, and then you can park a small car. But since here is not parking, is the back side of the house, the 1 meter panel it's good. So right after the liner is installed is when we install our pre-stressed T-beam on the 1 meter panel, factor in a small hole for entry for services to clean it up, and we leave a small pipe for overflow exit at the corner. So you factor the overflow exit, tanki kija, the water needs to go out. You factor a small section where you can go inside the hole to do the cleaning. So I want to go down the tank, and this here is a membrane. So this is a membrane, it's very hard, and it's going to hold water into place. The core business of a tank is not much. It's to make sure that water doesn't leak out of the tank. Usually when you have those concrete tanks, you have to do a lot of waterproofing, and sometimes you're not sure whether the waterproofing is working, and there's a lot of leakage of water that you're supposed to drink. But with the membrane, you're 100% sure the water will not leak. And the issue that we had before with the membrane is because we never had this technology of the pre-stressed T-beam on the 1 meter panels, so you needed formworks to go down on the liner, and the formwork, because it's timber, it might pierce some holes, and again, it's a leakage problem that we're trying to get out of. But now, using this technology, the pre-stressed T-beam, they run across like a bridge. You don't need any form of support, and you just pour a little bit of concrete. Let's go down, let's see. Karibuni. It's a 3 meter deep hole. We have it, like you can see. Water will be fitted in here. I'm loving it. It's a simple technology. You only need to invest on the liner. You dig the hole with the local guys and just wall a few courses above there. 4 courses? And then put the pre-stressed T-beam on top. And guys, the tank is up. It's very cheap. For instance, to build a 30,000 liters, which is this one here, costs a minimum of about 90,000 shillings. For 90,000 shillings, you have a 30,000 precast membrane tank, way cheaper than buying the ordinary plastic 10,000 liter tank, which goes for 100,000. So after you have these precast membrane tank in place, you need to buy a submersible pump. It can be solar powered, it can be electric. When you have a submersible pump in here, it's going to be pumping water out of the hole to the upper tanks for distribution to the house. But before then, factor that the water intake, what are the sources of water? You can have the piped water coming from other sources. Maybe you buy it from the local water company, or you can get water coming from the rains shelter.